heating. The reason, nobody knows what happens when you heat a substance very strongly. When you give a lot of energy, anything may happen. Therefore, so why do I keep repeating slight heating, strong heating? We don't know what will happen. So you get 2 silver plus O2 plus O2. Why am I writing the 2 O2 separately? This O2 comes from ozone and the other O2, the last O2 comes from the extra oxygen here and the extra oxygen here. You can't call it extra oxygen, it is a very, very weakly held oxygen. So these are the reduction properties, these two are the reduction properties of ozone, reducing properties. One other question we saw, the previous two reactions exemplify oxidizing property, PbS to PbS4. PbS to PbSO4 is an oxidizing property of ozone, and KnO2 to KnO3, the previous two reactions, KnO2 to KnO3. This is a question given several times. You can say almost every exam you will get this. So reactions of ozone, oxidizing properties, reducing properties, these two are oxidizing reactions of ozone. So it's enough if you just learn 2 plus 2, 4 reactions. What is bleaching powder? How is it prepared and how does it react with different substances? We will discuss. Bleaching powder is nothing but CaOCl2. This can be called calcium oxychloride. In fact, that is this one, CaClOCl. What is it in fact? Calcium chlorohypochlorite. Calcium chlorohypochlorite, a derivative of hypochlorous acid. How does it actually come? This is how what happens. CaO, calcium hydroxide, when this is neutralized with HCl and HOCl, hypochlorous acid. I am taking two different acids. As you can see, HCl, HOCl, you remove water. So what are you getting? You are in fact getting CaCl and OCl. So calcium chlorohypochlorite is bleaching powder, CaOCl2. How is it prepared? It happens to be a very repetitive question in the board examination, IPE examination. You get this question very often. How is bleaching powder manufactured? Because bleaching powder happens to be a very industrially useful compound. It is used to bleach water most of the time. It is used as an antiseptic, kills bacteria. So, calcium hydroxide, slaked lime. What do you mean by slaked lime? That quicklime calcium oxide, you add water until you get a paste, not a liquid, not a total liquid, until you get a paste. It's called slaked lime. Slaked lime, when treated with Cl2, you will get CaOCl2. For this, a simple arrangement is actually done. You take a tall construction, a tower, a big tower like thing, and you can have a rotating disc which is rotating. You have several rotating discs like this, and calcium hydroxide, the slaked lime, is dropped from the top. Means slaked lime is falling down and the discs are rotating. The disc, when each disc rotates, why do you rotate them like that? To allow the slaked lime to remain there for a considerable length of time, for a few minutes. And from the bottom of the tower, you take chlorine and dry air. Chlorine and dry air. So what is the purpose? Here calcium hydroxide falls and chlorine goes. This dry air makes them mix. So as it falls down and it is allowed to remain on the disc for some time, therefore this is how bleaching powder is manufactured industrially. Strictly speaking, this is not exactly a compound. It is, you can consider that as a mixture of calcium hydroxide and chlorine. In fact, where the slaked lime absorbs chlorine, and they remain. And when you get that in a powdered form, it can be easily transported. In fact, the essential bleaching agent is chlorine. It is not calcium hydroxide, it is not slaked lime. So, you can't carry chlorine because it's a gas. You need so many tanks to carry a lot of chlorine. For chlorination, what you exactly need is chlorine only. As you know well, chlorine, the way it reacts with water, HCl, HClO, and this HClO once again is a weak bond, and therefore the oxygen is released here, extra oxygen. It also has extra oxygen, HCl, HClO. So what we actually need is HClO, which you can obtain when chlorine is dissolved in water. But the thing is, you can't carry large amounts of chlorine because it is a gas. So in the form of bleaching powder, simply you get CaOCl2. It's a powder, easily transportable. That's why it is manufactured, bleaching powder. How does it react? As we saw in many reactions, let me give you a generalization. Not necessary for this particular question, but it's better you have H2O2 wants to become H2O. All nitrogen atoms want to become N2. HClO wants to become HCl. So, ozone wants to become O2. Even CaOCl2 wants to become CaCl2. What is it we observe in all of them? You have one oxygen more, HClO, HCl, O3, O2. So, all these compounds differ by an additional oxygen atom, which itself is an antiseptic. So, what we need is a nascent oxygen atom, an oxygen atom which is produced on the spot. Therefore, what is the significance of bleaching powder? It gives you one oxygen atom which kills bacteria. So, how does bleaching powder react? CaOCl2. How can it say react with another molecule called ozone? I told you CaCl2 wants to become CaCl2 and O3 wants to become O2, ozone wants to become oxygen. You have one extra oxygen here, extra oxygen. These two extra oxygens will end up giving O2. So, this O2 is naturally formed from ozone. This O2 you get as a combination of this extra oxygen and this extra oxygen, they combine to give this O2. So, the significance of bleaching powder is it produces a nascent oxygen atom which in turn reacts with anything. It is used as a water purifier, bleaching agent. That extra oxygen atom will remove color from cloth wherever it is needed. If you want to remove color from a cloth to get a pure white cloth, you use bleaching. So, how does it react with bleaching powder CaOCl2 plus H2O2? Same, you get CaCl2 plus H2O plus of course O2. This is the resulting O2 from these two ones. In some question we already saw how bleaching powder reacts with ammonia. CaOCl2 plus ammonia, slight heating, what is it you get? CaCl2 plus N2 plus H2O. You know all nitrogens want to become N2 and all oxygens want to become H2O. CaOCl2 wants to become CaCl2. We discussed this reaction previously. So, preparation and properties of ozone and bleaching powder are the most frequently given questions in this chapter. Preparation and properties of ozone and bleaching powder, and how do halogens react with others. And there was one question, draw the structures of all the oxy acids of chlorine. This was given in some previous question, previous paper. Draw the structures of all the oxyacids of chlorine. For this, you should first know how many oxyacids you have in all. You know about HClO, hypochlorous acid, HClO2, chlorous acid, HClO3, chloric acid, HClO4,